I'm a Virginia girl at heart. I'm a wife, a mother, an author, and civility and event professor. One of my greatest joys is sharing ways that we can grace our homes and communities with love, kindness, goodwill, and hospitality. What I have come to know is that in order to share and love on people that I come in contact with, I must focus on my heart by consciously making an effort to practice daily routines that nurture and infuse my soul with joy, peace, and love. This in turn allows me to feed and love on my family and community. When I am at my best, I can give my best to everyone that I come in contact with. Heart, home, and community is the core of Gracing Up. So please come join with me as I walk through this journey as I share this art of gracious living. Welcome to this episode of Gracing Up. Last week we did a field trip out to Lavender Oaks Farm, which is a lavender farm that is so beautiful, and we were able to pick all these different lavenders and things of that nature. And I was like, you know what, how can we bring this lavender into our home entertaining? So I thought, well, my sister, who is this wonderful chef, Cralessa, welcome to the show. And I am so glad that you have finally made it to the show and that you can show everyone your great talents. Cralessa shared this great recipe that was in my book, A Breath of Grace. It's her, call it her famous lemon cake. And then she said, you know what, I can incorporate lavender into that. So today we're going to be talking about going through the recipe and how you can showcase it as a hostess gift. And then we're going to even bring our girls on today, and they're going to show us how to make a great lemonade that has lavender in it. So let's get started with the show. Okay.
Absolutely.
So let's go over here, Cralessa, and let's start the recipe for the cake.
You want to help me and bring the things over to
I'm
me?
right here, right beside you.
Okay, so again, hello everyone, and the base of the recipe is in Dedra's Gracing Up book. So what I have so far in here is 2 cups of sugar, 2 sticks, and a half stick of butter. So what we're going to do, Dedra, is just cream this. Absolutely. Hold on for 1 second.
Okay.
We're going to cream the butter.
Okay.
So the next ingredient that we're going to use is 3 cups of flour, and in this bowl, I have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're going to put that in there. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to ask you to sift it, because you want to incorporate this all in here. Just whisk it. So one thing you can use instead of using a sifter is actually just using a whisk and whisking it all together.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is put just like a half of that in there.
Okay.
Because we're going to do dry ingredients and then wet ingredients. If you could stop there.
Okay.
And then we're going to mix it.
It smells divine in here for the audience to know that.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is add 5 eggs in one at a time. 1.
And then you mix that up.
Mm-hmm. And if you could just keep bringing that in for me, please.
This or the eggs?
The eggs.
Okay. 1 at a time.
1 at a time. Yep.
Tell me when.
Now, just 1 at a time. Good job.
So when did you start this, create this recipe?
Well, I was trying to find a recipe that tasted like my grandma Marlowe's lemon pound cake. Okay. So after doing a lot of different trials, now we're going to use a wet ingredient.
Okay.
So what I have in this is 3/4 cups of milk. Just put a little bit of that in
just
there.
A little bit?
Just a little bit. Okay, and we're going to add this. You want to mix this a little bit?
No, I'm good.
So if you could add a teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay. Okay.
If you could add some more of the flour.
All right.
You can put a little bit more in. Okay.
And this is a great recipe that when people are visiting and you put them in the freezer, tell us about how do you do that?
What is I mean, you can freeze your cakes for up to 3 to 7 months. So once your cake is cooled and out of the oven, what you want to do, hold on for 1 second, Dedra.
Okay.
Let me just get this going. what you should do is put some wet ingredient here.
Ooh.
What you should do is actually wrap the cake in plastic wrap.
Okay.
At least twice, and then put it in foil wrap. And what I would strongly suggest you do as well is to date it.
Okay.
It can last anywhere from 3 to 7 months, but these cakes, they just, you can always, have them for gifts when people come over.
Right.
For morning with your coffee.
Okay. And it's great, like if someone just shows up and you want to serve them something that you can just pop it out of the freezer and it's just perfect.
I have to tell you, when you freeze your cakes and you bring them back out, they actually taste better. So I think freezing is a good thing for your cakes. And my daughter and I, Marlo, sometimes we used to have like a cake baking weekend, and we'll do maybe 10 to 12 cakes. Lavender,
right?
Lemon cakes, chocolate cakes, a lot of different cakes.
And they taste good. Okay, ready?
Yep.
All of it this time?
Yep.
Okay.
And you go and put
the rest of this? Okay.
So I'm just mixing in. I'm getting some mussels here.
It looks delicious, and I'm smelling all of the ingredients coming together. That vanilla is really coming through. So now
this is when we're going to start infusing the cake with truly our taste, which is lemon.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a lemon zest in here.
And
this is 1/4 cup of lemon zest, fresh lemon zest.
Okay.
I'm going to do
1/4 cup.
A 4th cup.
Okay.
Of lemon juice, and it's fresh lemon juice. And what lemons that I decided to use this time are Meyer lemons, and Meyer lemons are not as acidic as your regular lemons. They're a little bit gentler in your taste. It's kind of like a cross between your regular lemon that you buy and like a mandarin orange,
which gives it more of a sweetness.
It's more of a subtle taste, and I like that.
So I love that when we were growing up, we would go to my grandmother's house and she would always have some type of cake that was ready that she could just pull out, and we would just love it. And we always look forward to it. And one of her famous cakes was her lemon cake that we would have. So the fact that Carlessa is doing this now, it just keeps our family traditions going, and it just keeps my grandmother's spirit alive. And so I think, and you said this is how you came up with the whole recipe.
I used to love to go to my grandma's house, and she would always have a cake waiting for us.
Yes.
It was just amazing. So what I'm going to do now, I have 1 tablespoon of dried lavender, and I'm actually going to fold this in.
Okay.
Would you like to fold it in?
I can fold it
Just
in.
go like this with it, around.
Look at this. Just how it just looks nice and fluffy. You can always tell when a cake is going to be good. Just the texture of it looks great.
And I did fail to mention, this recipe actually is the recipe for 1 bun cake or 2 loaf pans. So what I have here is I greased and floured a loaf pan. So we're going to go and put it in here.
Okay.
And I should have mentioned, preheat your oven to 350 when you start everything, because we're going to bake it at 350 for maybe 40-45 minutes.
Okay.
So just kind of spread it out a little bit.
And then you said you would make 2 loaves out of this.
This
Okay.
2 loaves. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. Just a little bit. Just try to make it even. Spread it out a little bit.
Okay.
It does smell good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to stick that in?
So we're going to stick this in the oven.
Okay.
And
There you go. This is what it looks like. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
so this cake has cooked for 45 minutes. The next process that we're going to do is make sure the cake is moist. And this is another way how we can infuse lavender into the cake.
Okay.
So the best tool that I use is a meat thermometer. You just punch holes in the cake, all through the cake. And you want to do it, I just burnt my hand, while it's a little warm.
Okay.
And I have some simple syrup here.
Okay.
And the simple syrup is just very simple to make. 2 cups sugar, 2 cups water, maybe 8 stems of lavender, and I actually steep it overnight. And it's very, very, just
Let me just
amazing.
smell it. Can you smell? That's beautiful. It almost smells like it would be perfect to go in your bath water.
Absolutely.
We were talking about that earlier.
Or sugar scrub. So I'm just gonna just gently put this over the cake.
Okay.
And this really would just make it moist and help to infuse the lavender.
And how long does that sit in there? Does that just
Until it finishes cooling.
okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Just do it like that.
That
And
looks
as well, you know, I like the cake very simple, just not any type of a frosting over it. However, you can do a confectionery
Okay.
type of a topping over it, or a glaze, if you will, over it. And that's just very simple. Confectionery sugar, maybe a fourth cup.
Okay.
A little bit of the simple syrup that you have, and just put a little dash of lemon in it.
Okay.
And just make it very nicely. And we'll show that later.
Okay.
And how you can just pour it over if you don't want it. But this cake is so just incredibly delicious, where you don't have to add any much more to it, except a little ice cream.
Little ice cream, and so when we will do that, and I wanted to show this too. So during the summer, people will be coming to your home. So if they do, or if you're visiting, let's just say this makes a great hostess gift. So you can just easily pull it out your freezer right before you're ready to visit your friend, and you can then present this. And of course, we put the little ribbon and the lavender because it's all about presentation and making it pretty, and it makes it even special for your host. So this is just some great thoughts. And if you want the recipe, like we said, it's on A Breath of Grace. I'll have it on my blog on Celebrations from the Soul, so you will be able to get this recipe. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Calissa.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right. And so now we're going to have our girls come on, Marlo and Lauren, and they're going to show us how to do some lavender lemonade. Yay.
Awesome.
So we have the crew here. You know what? Summer is all about family. I have my beautiful daughter, Lauren. I have my wonderful niece, Mar, who is Carlissa's daughter, and my sister, Carlissa. So we're all here, and the girls are going to show us how to make a great lavender lemonade. So let's tell us what happens. What do we need to do?
So in order to make the lavender lemonade, we need a simple syrup infused with lavender. So
Okay.
can you show the on
Sure. Here you go.
So in this simple syrup, we have 2 cups of sugar,
Okay.
2 cups of water, and lavender stems. You can let the lavender stems steep in the simple syrup for 6 hours or overnight.
Okay.
So we're gonna pour the simple syrup into.
I'll hold this. Oh, you have it, Lauren?
Yeah.
Okay. Yummy. And so what do we do with this? Just take this out?
Take this out, yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So now what's the next step? What's happening after this?
So the next thing we do is we take 1 cup of lemon juice and
Okay.
we pour that into the pitcher.
Okay.
So what type of lemons did you use for this?
So for the lemon juice, we used Myers lemons. Like you said before, they have a sweeter flavor or
Yes,
taste to it. And I guess it's just nicer than normal lemons.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay.
So you pour that in. Can I just say this kitchen smells like dessert? You know, it smells so good. It smells so good, so good. So then what do we do after that? What's happening after that? Who's next?
So the next thing is you are going to want to take 2 cups of water and again pour it into the pitcher.
Okay.
So that's where the lemonade is. And
I love the coloring that's coming out in that too.
Pretty.
We were thinking about doing a, you had talked about, go ahead, tell me
Yeah,
what
I
you were
was
talking.
gonna, sometimes when I make this lemonade, when we make it, we'll put like a violet food coloring in it to make it really nice and bright, and that's really good for like
Baby
type of
showers.
showers, teas or something like that. So that's great. And so you gonna stir it?
Yes. So now we're just gonna mix all of the ingredients together.
I think especially when you steep the lavender buds bring out a certain or different color.
Yeah, it's a great color.
It gives it a natural color rather than adding artificial flavoring to it and artificial coloring.
And this is great also when the flavors, really steep and the colors come out, especially when we steep it overnight.
Right,
So you
right.
might want to invest in a little bit of time when you're making this delicacy, because you can always keep
I'm
it in
gonna
your
go ahead and pour. Is that
refrigerator or
it?
anything.
Is there anything else? Okay. Is that it? Okay, so Carlissa, can you show us for the garnish, how do you do the garnish?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you
if I
can
step over here real quickly.
And then I'll pour these while you're showing.
So what we did, I'm gonna just cut a lemon. Very simple to use. Just cut a lemon slice very thinly. take some dried lavender and just kind of press it in.
Oh, that looks pretty.
It's kind of like how you would decorate a cookie with sprinkles.
Yes, I love it. And it's just, okay. And you know what I love about it? It's just, you know how we always say it's all in the detail? And that just makes yeah, it sure does. It does. It brightens it up.
There you go.
How pretty is that?
Here as well. And it's always just very, very nice to have.
Okay. Well, ladies, here you go. Let's taste this awesome lemonade. All right. All right, so let's try it. Good job. This is awesome. Good job. Well, this is the perfect beverage to pull out for your summer entertaining. This is awesome. Thank you, ladies, for coming on and sharing this with us. Okay, stay tuned. We have one more segment coming up. Welcome to our table. So today I did this little gorgeous table. I wanted to be very simple and for my girls, and we're doing the whole lilac. So in all of my arrangements, you'll see that I have the lilac incorporated, but I just wanted it to be very dainty. And so that's why I did these little tiny vases to make it pretty for my girls.
Okay.
So look, so we're sitting around the table. It's summertime. I can't think of a better time when family comes together. And I want to hear, do you all have any special stories like growing up or things that you look forward to during the summer? Okay.
I know that when I was younger, my family, my brother, my dad, and my amazing mom, we used to go to the beach and we'd play touch football. Again, me and my dad are undefeated for 20 years straight. We've been winners. But I think that's an amazing memory.
Okay.
And
well, can I just say this?
also-
That we're going to challenge you all this summer again.
We'll win again, so-
Yes. Okay. Well, the challenge is on, and I'll let you all know who won this year. Okay.
And also, I think the fact that I go to school so far away that coming back home over the summer is like, you get to finally like breathe, and you're like, not breathe, but like relax.
Yeah.
And you're not at school, you're not taking tests. And best part, you're not in a dorm room, and you're home, you're where you grew up, and it's just amazing being home with people you grew up with too.
And that you love.
And love too.
Okay. Of course I would say that.
You want to tell my story?
I'm sorry. Tell your story, Lauren. I apologize for jumping in. I just can't help myself. So, Mara, you have a story?
Well, I feel like for everyone, the summer is a time to like be with your family and hang out with friends and have a chance to leave work or leave school and just, relax a little bit. And I feel like that's my favorite part of the summer, which is hanging out with you guys, my family. So I'm really thankful to be here today.
Yeah, and you know what I love? I love when we get together, we have fun, but we will all be in our pajamas all day. We will relax. We'll watch good movies. Yeah. So we do that kind of stuff.
Ice cream in pajamas.
Yeah, and I think about when Celeste and I were growing up, we would go out to my grandmother's house, like every year basically. And my grandma Marlo, and she would, I never forget, we had one cousin that lived down the road from us. So it was St. Louis, Virginia, right in Middleburg, Virginia. And all of my family, they had homes right next to each other, my grandmother and her sisters. So what my grandmother would do and her sister, Aunt Mutt, she had her granddaughter, and so we would host my cousin for lunch. Remember that? Yes. And then we'd go down to Tootie's, and she would host us like the next day for lunch or something. But it was really teaching us hosting skills and just being entertaining and
I think
and
it was
sharing.
Part of our family culture also, because when we go down to our Aunt Mutt's house, everything was very done, very pretty, very dainty, and it was actually showing we're giving something to you because we look at you as being very, very, very special.
Right.
That was very, very sweet.
Yeah, and it's a way that we say that we honor each other. When I do a beautiful table for my family, for us sitting here, it's my way to say, you know what, I love you all, and I'm using my gifts and talents to make it special for you all. So, Klessa, tell me something that just stands out for you. What do you...
So when I think of summer, I think of being a little girl at my grandmama and Granddaddy Daniel's house.
Okay.
And we'd go to orchards and, we'd pick peaches and apples and all of that. So when I look forward to summer, I look forward to going to like family gatherings, but also to what is it, farmers markets. I mean, it's the best time that you can get the best tasting tomatoes, corn, string beans, and that's what I look forward to. Is just doing the shopping and really being able to love what the earth gives us.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. So I love farmers markets. That's what I think about.
And we were blessed because Granddaddy, he grew like his tomatoes and string beans. Yeah.
He would grow corn, string beans, tomatoes, and cucumbers.
Yes. And we lived in the city, so he would come down and he would visit and he would have all of his fresh produce. So I always look forward to that too. So
and I used to help him in the garden. So
yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
You know what I think is pretty cool is if you listen to all the stories, you can tell our family grew up around each other. That, like every one of our favorite memories has to do with like we're all around cousins and we all spent whole summers at grandma's house.
Yeah.
We were always around each other, and I think the fact that that's our favorite memories is pretty cool.
That is cool, and that means a lot to even hear from you to say that that time that we all spent together. That I'm just saying, but anyway. So look, I'm just saying that it's good to hear that. So look, we've got this wonderful, delicious cake that Aunt Carlessa made, and we have this lavender vanilla ice cream with the lavender sprinkled on it. So let's try it, ladies. Let's try it. Oh, and before I really take this apart, does anyone still have theirs together? I did simple cloths, I'm saying cloths, but simple napkins, and I put the lavender and a little twill and it's just all in the little simple details, and I love it. That's what I like to bring to my tables. All right, so let's try this. Ooh, I broke one. It's okay. It's okay. And if you were in this kitchen and surrounded with this, it smells like a lavender garden. It just smells divine in here. So when we were at the lavender farm last week, I loved it because they had their lemonade. They had all their stuff out there too. And I was like, oh, that would be good, but we're going to make, do our own. So I'm glad we were able to do that. But it was fun just kind of going out there and clipping the little lavender and kind of going around.
It was very scenic.
It was. It's
with
beautiful.
The purple lavender, they had white butterflies. It was very color coded.
And it just felt right. The spirit of it just felt very light and airy and calming. And what does lavender do? It calms. And that's what that farm felt like. Oh, so pretty. All right, so let's have a taste. Let's have a taste.
Wait.
Okay.
Wow.
That's good.
Delicious. I love it.
It is pretty good.
Very refreshing. This is the perfect dessert for any type of entertaining this summer. Like I said, you can pull it out of the freezer and it defrosts quickly, and it is an awesome treat. And remember, it's in the base of the recipe is in A Breath of Grace, and Carlessa will provide her recipes on my blog, and you can get all the recipes from there. So,
This is good.
Very good. Well, ladies, say that again.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I love the speckles of lavender buds that you can see incorporated in the cake.
Very good.
It's delicious.
Because you did an awesome job.
Oh, thank you.
Job.
It's like you can taste the lavender and the lemon, but it's not like
it's not
punch in the
overwhelming.
face.
Yes.
It's the Myers lemon as well.
And it's something about, because sometimes it can, like the taste can be overwhelming, like they're fighting each other, but they're blended so well that it tastes really, really good.
Coexisting.
Yeah, they're coexisting, Lauren. Good word. So here we're gonna toast to a happy and wonderful and blessed summer with love, joy, peace, rest, so we can rejuvenate ourselves as we go back into the fall. So happy summer, blessings, woohoo! All right.